In 2008, a man walked into his son's apartment and told them their entire life had been a lie. Everything they had, the business, the reputation, the money, none of it was real. His sons picked up the phone and called the FBI on their own father. But that is not the story. The story is how he got away with it for 17 years. Because what he did should have been impossible. His name was Bernie Madoff, and before he was the biggest fraud in history, he was one of the most respected men on Wall Street. He helped build the NASDAQ stock exchange. He sat on its board of directors. The SEC itself asked him for advice. Remember that. It matters later. His investment fund promised 10 to 12% returns every single year. No bad quarters, no down years. Not once in 17 years, and nobody questioned it. Now, if that does not sound suspicious to you yet, let me put it differently. Warren Buffett, the greatest investor alive, cannot do that. No one in history has ever done that. But somehow, a quiet fund in Midtown Manhattan was doing it every single month. Here is how. On the 17th floor of his building, there was a locked room. Separate key cards, separate staff. If anyone from the main business walked toward it, they were stopped and turned away. No exceptions. What was inside that room is what made the entire thing work. A small team sat at old computers with dot matrix printers. Their job was simple. Wait for the stock market to close. Look at which stocks went up. Then print trade confirmations pretending they had bought those stocks weeks ago. Every trade was fake. Every confirmation was fiction. Every statement mailed to every client was a lie printed on cheap paper. There was no strategy, no algorithm, no genius. Just a printer and $65 billion of blind trust. Now here is the part that should make you angry. Someone figured this out. Not after the collapse. Not during the crisis. A decade before, a financial analyst named Harry Markopolos looked at Madoff's returns, ran the math, and realized within 5 minutes that the numbers were impossible. 5 minutes, that is all it took. He wrote a report and sent it to the SEC, the agency whose entire purpose is catching fraud. They ignored him. He sent it again, and again, and again. Over 10 years, he submitted 5 formal warnings. He titled one of them, "And This Is Real. The World's Largest Hedge Fund is a Fraud." The SEC investigated Madoff 6 times during those years. 6 separate investigations. They found nothing every single time. Not because the evidence was hidden, but because they never once opened the door to the 17th floor. The locked room. The one with the printers. So what finally brought him down? Not the FBI, not the SEC, not a journalist. Math. The 2008 financial crisis hit. Clients panicked. They wanted $7 billion back. Madoff had about $200 million left. The gap between what he owed and what he had was not a crack. It was the entire floor collapsing. He did not run. He did not hide. On the evening of December 10th, he sat his 2 sons down in his apartment and said it. All of it. 17 years of lies, in one conversation. 24 hours later, he was in handcuffs. But here is what most people never talk about. The victims were not Wall Street gamblers. They were retirees who handed over everything. Charities that shut down overnight. A foundation for Holocaust survivors that lost every single dollar. And 2 years later, to the exact day that Madoff confessed, his oldest son Mark hanged himself. He was 46. His 2-year-old child was sleeping in the next room. Madoff was sentenced to 150 years. He died alone in a federal prison in 2021. Now think back to the first video. Ponzi's machine lasted 1 year. Madoff ran the same machine for 17. And the reason it worked so long comes down to one thing. Nobody wanted to stop believing. When the returns are good, you do not ask questions. When the man running it built the stock exchange itself, you do not check the math. And that is the real lesson. The con does not survive because it is clever. It survives because the truth is uncomfortable and the lie pays well. Next time, a $24 billion company vanished overnight. $19 billion was simply missing, and when investigators opened the books, They found something that should not exist. Subscribe. That one is next.